Welcome back to class, dear students. In this video, I want to take you through what difference it is when you talk about HTML element and HTML tag. I know it's confusing straight from the start, but I will try my best to make the difference for you, because in the previous lesson we discussed about HTML tag and you now understood what it is. Now there's another thing called HTML element. We'll explore the common element and then try to see the differences between them. So what's HTML element? HTML elements form the building blocks of Web3 development. They are used to structure and display content on the web. An HTML element typically consists of a start tag, content, and an end tag. Some elements known as void elements do not require an end tag. Now, what the definition when you look at it is refer to everything from the start tag to the end tag, including content in between. Keep that in mind because it will matter later. If an element contains other elements, they are called child elements. Now, purpose elements represent the structure and content within your HTML document. They dictate how content should be displayed and function. Let's check practically. When you look at from the previous lesson, we deal with this code. We said each of these, this head tag, this title tag, this H1 tag, which is up to H6 for your header, how big it is. This P tag, which is for paragraph, sorry. We have the body tag. But when you talk about element, it goes beyond just the tag. This is a body element. Everything. So you say the body element refers to everything from the start of this body tag to the content inside it and the body closing tag. So the tag HTML tag only say is the body tag, you know it has closing or ending, that's it. But once you are using it, you refer to it as an HTML element. So maybe it's an element, button element to click a button and mint a token or check a balance. You understand all those things. So you refer to them, this is an head element because it goes beyond just the tag. It now includes content. You understand? And when it has other element inside, you can call it the child element. This is a child to this. You understand? Or maybe some will still learn about them, but at least the basic things you should know is it's confusing. I don't know. I'm just trying my best to explain it. It does to me as well. So just know that HTML element has to do with HTML tag plus content in between the tags. Why HTML tag is just the tag itself. Aha, good. So an example is paragraph element. You see, from here the start tag, content, and then the content, and then the closing paragraph tag. So you have the image which is self-closing. Or this one is what self-closing tag, but they are called void elements. So then you have this, you can say div element, which you see it has this and then has another child element inside. So this become like parent or grandparent or whatever, the more you go deep inside. So key difference, syntax. A tag is that's HTML tag is a part of an element that signifies a start or end. An element consists of a start tag, content, and end tag. So like I've told you, elements contain everything. The row tag are used to mark the beginning and end of an element. Elements are the entire package. So tag, HTML tag are used to do what? To mark the starts like this or end. But the element HTML tag, that's the HTML element, is everything from here to here, or from this HTML to this HTML, everything here. So it's an HTML element, body element, using body tag and things like that. So not much to do. As you work, you get used to the confusion anyway. So common HTML element, you have the div. Sorry. Which is a container for content or other HTML. So div, you use it to separate. I create a container, then span inline container. So we used to have some code that are inline and some code that block. Like when you use them in HTML, there are lots you still learn. That's why we always include resources. Yeah, so you go but I just focus on majorly the basic essential thing that you will use as you build out your front end in Web3. So, and help you get better solidify as a front end developer. So, and today we have AI. So you may not need to know everything or explain everything, but understand the language. You can understand, okay, this is tag, this is table tag, this is HTML, different from CSS. Then when AI give you code, you can deal with them much better than a random guy that just feel I can just jump out using AI to design website. So you understand? So that's the differences there. Then we have the header and filter. Define the headers. We have seen them clearly here. So you can see the head section and then the body as well. So, and when you open any website, they usually contain, you see, this is like an element. The body, you see it have its closing. Everything in between here, which are all these, are what? Are elements, body element. Then we have the header. So the header usually is what deal with this aspect. You see, if you over the tab, it says HTML element and this. So if we go back to this one, let me bring this down so you see it. Yeah, if you look at it, token minter dApp, but you didn't see it here because it was inside the header. Whatever is inside this header element using this head tag, sorry, is not meant to be shown. It's only the one maybe inside the header. You can use that one here. Then you can use it to show. But here you see it's showing at the top here. But you can't see it anywhere else in the front end of your dApp. So that's just it on your website or the web, decentralized website. Yeah. So you can see it now. That's how it works. There are lots of them. Just take time to study them in the lesson. I won't be going through one by one, but you see navigation for what's your navigation. For every website you have here, you can use it to navigate from previous section. If you go to like here now, you have about, all these are essential because they make the user experience enjoyable. If you come to this site now or this course now and then there's no navigation, how do you know? Where do you easily go to next lesson or previous lesson? So it become impossible. So that's why it is also very an important aspect of it. So we have the code here. What I try to do is I take code from previous one, try to add some new things from those things so you can test them out. Those things we've learned. So I recommend you try to type it out. It helps to sync into. So you already have the previous one. The new lesson, we just introduce something new and then you just type it and add it over there. So if I take this now, bring this over and then try to replace this and save. So you see it now, right? Uses a lot of elements like header element, H1 element, P element, head element. All this might be confusing. Header is different from head. S head is invisible part of your HTML document. Usually comes before the body, which we have discussed. The body is majorly into two parts: HTML, then inside it you have the head. Whatever is inside the head is not meant to be displayed in the content of your DApp or the website, but whatever is inside the body is what comes. This is the body, this like the head, so this only shows here, and that's why you see this here. And if I do anything now, you see immediately is adjusted, and that's advantage of the live server we installed earlier. Instead, now once I change, I will have to come here and reload manually. No, so you can see it now, and then we'll move to the next lesson from there. So that's how this works. Try to test them out. Usually you can type them out, what those things that are changing or things like that. It help stick around. That's it for this lesson. So I will see you in the next. I remain Solomon Foske of the Programming University. Keep the programming spirit and alive. Your assurance to succeed long term as a developer. And please always do good to humanity and nature with your programming and any knowledge you have to make the world a better place for us all. That's it. See you. Peace.